on to something else that's also making news is, of course, the public participation of the election laws amendments happening right now at the County Hall in Nairobi. Public invited to come and give their insights, contributions, inputs to these law amendments as they go through to Parliament. Let's just listen in.
That I said, the insertion of the Section 72 of the Interpretation and General Provisions Act. And I agree with you, Senator, that even if that were the case, that some of the officers decide to have their own format and ignore the standardized format, that we should also consider the content of the document that they provide, because the law says that it shall not be void by reason of deviation from the requirements of that form, as long as the deviation is not calculated to mislead. So I think the content still of that form should be considered. Thank you.
So the Chair, allow me an intervention. Just a very simple question.
Yes.
Dr. Orengo, thank you. Let's assume we find that that mistake was made deliberately, as the law is trying to clarify. We have proposed, the proposal now on the law for conviction or for punishment is 5 years.
Yes.
What is your view? Do you think 5 years is sufficient for somebody who, 5 years term in jail is sufficient for somebody who has deliberately entered those kind of mistakes? I mean, 5 years, 10, 20, what do you think?
There is also the option of fine.
Yes, and the option of fine. What is your...
Which is $1 million.
Yeah. If you were sitting in Parliament, what would you propose as the term?
With the things we are going through right now as a country,
yes,
the emotions and the anger and the destabilization, instability, I think that is a bit lenient.
Yes. Be loud enough.
Parliament should be more punitive to such offenses because they are very costly to us as a country.
Give us the term. We should be more punitive. Give us the term.
I don't know.
You are not sure?
Yeah.
But this, according to you, is...
Thank
you. Thank you, Orengo. I think that is for us as members of Parliament. Yeah. I'm sure one day you'll be on this side of the meeting. Now,
Honorable Madam Chair, I think we should almost co-opt Dr. Orengo into the committee.
Next time. Honorable Muragaru.
Madam Chair, I just want to clarify that what the law does, it provides the maximum, not the minimum. So whether we say maximum of 10 years, you can still get 2 years, 1 year, depending on the gravity of what you've done. So 5 years may be what we have now. Maybe it will go up slightly, but we never provide for minimum. It's usually the maximum.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. We'll now move on to Patricia. Is it Patricia? No, Chris. No. Is it the one? Wale group yetu. This is NGO Council. The next. Huh? No, this one. Christopher. No. Oh. Now, this group that is called Chalvin's Law Consulting, I don't know who is presenting on their behalf. Sorry? Oh, karibu. They have not indicated their names. Kaya Charles, have I pronounced it correctly? Okay. Karibu. Please. Are you both presenting? Can you give them a seat, please, so that they can be able to share? Then you can resume your seat later. Yeah? Or maybe we can leave those 2 seats for future groups that they feel they can be able to share. Yes? You need to introduce yourselves and which group you are representing, and then you can proceed. And finally, you give us a copy of your memoranda, if you have a written one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chair. We are Chelvin's Law Consultant, which we normally deal with. We have incorporated the fresh lawyers and also legal students. We basically deal with issues of civic education amongst the young ones. And so when this issue came up of amending the election-related laws, we thought it wise also to come and offer our inputs so that also it can be considered by the honorable members. I will deal with 4 issues, then my colleague will deal with 2 issues which we feel they are of our utmost urgency. To start with, we are concerned with the definition of the chairperson as provided for by the amendment section 2, whereby it's now proposing that it wishes to extend the scope of definition of who is a chairperson. From where we sit,